We begin with chaotic scenes outside the summer conference of the far-right Alternative for Germany party. Police in the western city of Essen have used pepper spray against protesters who tried to break through a security cordon. As many as 100,000 activists are expected to join demonstrations outside the two-day gathering.
United against fascism, they chant. Tens of thousands have gathered in Essen to protest against the far-right Alternative for Germany.
Why are we here? Because we're for human rights, for tolerance, because the AfD is inhumane.
I'm here because I can't stand that it's become normal to vote for the AfD.
The AfD present an alternative, but there is no alternative to democracy.
I'm here because I hope we can push back this mounting fascism.
It's unbearable that history seems to be repeating itself.
Only a short walk away from the main demonstration, blocked off by the police, AfD delegates gather for their party congress. The Eurosceptic party came second in Germany's European Parliament elections, but scored less well than expected. Despite a string of scandals, the AfD sees itself as the #1 force in Eastern Germany and is gearing up for regional elections on an anti-immigration ticket.
What we need is an immediate turnaround on migration. We need an immediate stop to naturalizations under this hippie legislation. We need the immediate deportation of 300,000 people who are required to leave the country. Criminals must leave immediately. And we need robust border controls, sending people back who cross illegally.
Outside the Congress, tensions are running high as the masses raise their voices for democracy and human rights and against prejudice and hate.
DW reporter Alex Gerst and chief political editor Michaela Köfner are covering the AfD Congress in Essen. I asked Michaela whether there's anything new in the party leader Alice Weidel's opening remarks.
Well, clearly what the AfD is doing here at its party conference ahead of key elections here in Germany in 3 eastern states is focusing on what it knows best, which is an anti-migration stance. Many people have forgotten that it bounced back from essentially political oblivion in 2015 on the back of Angela Merkel's open arms migration policy. The backlash is what really pushed the AfD to the political forefront here in Germany and made it a political force to be reckoned with. It's just proven that in European elections, and despite all the reporting that there could potentially be infighting here, the current heads of the party, Alice Weidel and Tino, Chrupalla, are also the future ones. They just got re-elected at this party conference, so clearly the AfD is set to stabilize on the issue it knows best, migration.
And that is an issue that tens of thousands of people outside the building are demonstrating about. Alex, what's the situation on the ground?
Well, the situation here now is rather relaxed, I would say. Tens of thousands of people are still in the city center, and I'd say around 1,000 people, they are here just outside. The venue is still gathering. And actually it feels a bit like a party now, so we've got music playing, people are dancing, but this now is a very different picture from what we've seen in the morning today. Protesters were blocking the main roads. They tried to prevent the arrivals of AfD delegates. This has caused some clashes with the police. So we've seen the clashes, we've seen how AfD members, how AfD politicians needed police protection to arrive at the venue. Nonetheless, organizers of this protest, I think they will be rather happy. Yes, I mentioned there were clashes, but much less than expected, much less than feared prior to these days. So mostly it was a peaceful protest. Members of unions, of churches, of Fridays for Future, of the grandmothers against the far right, they all came together to send the signal that the city of Essen does not welcome the AfD Party Congress.
Okay, thank you, Alex. Now, Michaela, the AfD received the second highest number of votes in Germany in the recent European Parliamentary elections. What's their appeal among the voters? How are they able to get this numbers?
Well, everybody here at the party conference will be happy to explain to you that no, they're not simply a protest party. That polling shows that they were elected because of their EU-critical, anti-EU and anti-migration stance. And they're hoping that that will work for them, and there are indications that indeed it will, when those 3 eastern states go to the polls. In most of the east of Germany, the AfD was already the strongest party in these EU elections. And it's very keen not to do anything that could endanger that, hence relative harmony here in Essen.
Thank you, Michaela. That's Chief Political Editor Michaela Köffner, as well as Alex Gerst, both in Essen.